Welcome back, Western Slope. It is 5:17 on this wonderful Thursday morning. I'm Josephine Sage. Let's jump into the forecast. We take a look at America's Mattress live tower cam right now. Still dark outside. Our sunrise isn't going to be at least until around 7:30, but we've got some clouds as well as some fog hanging out, so it's definitely going to be an overcast day today. We've got this dense fog warning active at least until 9 a.m. and a winter weather warning in effect at least until 5 a.m. And folks, the most important thing to remember during this winter weather advisory on your morning commute is be safe on those roads. Make sure you're cautious of those drivers around you because those roads are icy and slick. Our weather headlines, I'm going to show you, we have that dense fog warning in effect as well as some unsettled weather continuing with us throughout the weekend and even into the early work week. It looks like this weather pattern isn't going to exit the area at least until around Wednesday. Now, we do have some closures along I-70 more in eastern Colorado and northeastern Colorado. I-70 so far along the western slope seems to be okay, but there is some chances for some avalanches, and just make sure that you're driving safe, especially around those corners on I-70 if you're headed that way. Current temperatures, we're looking at 28 degrees in Grand Junction, 19 in Montrose. Further east of us, we are looking at that 22 in Glenwood Springs, 20 in Aspen, and a nice 20 in Gunnison as well. Now, those are just a little bit short of our seasonal averages in those areas as well as here on the western slope, but these temperatures are going to continue to rise throughout the day and have some of that snow accumulation begin to melt. And during these nighttime hours right now and this evening, that meltage is going to turn into some ice on those roads. Now, taking a look a little bit more nationally, we're rocking at 28 degrees in Grand Junction, 29 in Denver, but it looks like along the west coast, folks, we're rocking in those high 40s and those 50s as well. Closer to where a lot more snow accumulation is, they're also just a few degrees below that freezing point. And if we take a look at our national radar, folks, this is that storm that just kind of moved on through, and following throughout the weekend into the work week, we're going to have this low pressure system in the Pacific push all of this rain weather from the west coast and continue to hit us. Could turn into some snow throughout the weekend and into the early work week as well. Now, our weather warning, folks, we've got this dense fog advisory hanging out in Grand Junction, and folks, that winter weather advisory just exited the area, but we've still got some of those hanging out on the east corridor of I-70 down towards those bigger cities. Now, our total snow cover, folks, we've got a couple inches hanging out in Grand Junction, up to 4 or 6 inches. Down in Montrose, a little bit more, up to 6 or 8 inches in some areas, and in these higher elevation areas, the total snow cover has reached up into the 30s in some of those areas. The Mesa's rocking over the 30s, and a little bit north of Glenwood Springs has also got quite a bit of snow accumulation in the last 12 hours. Now, if we also want to take a look at our almanac, folks, we're rocking at 33 instead of our typical 36 on the high end today, and on the low end, we're looking at matching up with that 16-degree weather as well. So definitely on the cooler side of things during those early morning hours, but in those late night hours, we are on the warmer side of things. Now, for the rest of the week, folks, please be prepped for the snow weather moving on through into the early work week. Make sure you're driving safe and staying warm, Western Slope.